another step forward.
I'll be keeping an eye on you. Understand?
If I choose to kill you, you will not even see it. These tieflings prove fragile. I have a mind to end their misery myself.
Harsh. Remind me to stay on your good side.
You were never on my good side.
Something good here, I hope.
Need anything else? Of course, but please, remember, you're not the only one in need.
What's up for discussion?
Need anything else? Of course, but please, remember, you're not the only one in need.
Always room for more?
The goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blades.
We've known enough grief this 10-day traveler. Don't be the cause of more.
Any questions, children? How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
True.
This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
Next time the goblins come, I'll be ready.
Don't push it, kid. If you see trouble, then run. Only fight if you have to.
This is boring. We should train against real goblins.
I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids. Spare a story or two. Thanks. I prefer when they smile. Keep your feet planted.
Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not landing. Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword. Like this, you mean? Step, step, strike! Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use. Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes. Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
People are dumb enough to ask.
Keep your blades up,
True.
children.
Better not be cursed.
Step, parry, swing, lunge. Excellent.
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Has the tadpole ravaged your senses? Sympathy will not lead us to purity. Kentucky. Fine.
Thanks. What do you want from me? On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly. Straight to the other side. Man, I just ran.
The map. Show me.
No hard feelings. Gods, deliver
How long
me!
until Roland shows up?
The last time a subordinate questioned my judgment, I ate tongue stew that very night.
I warned you, didn't I? You ought to reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
Kenyak, your tantrum proves you no wiser than a hatchling. The T-sling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait. I am unfamiliar with the... well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this... Fey run. The creche holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
Harry, what's on your mind?
Something the matter?
I am not grumpy. Scowl on your face like a
Goblins, druids. This grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice.
How many people are dumb enough to ask?
Is that everything? I think that's it.
True.
I'm gonna buy the heads off your kids. And your birds. And your dogs. What I do for some
We should have left, but instead we're just sitting here, practically begging to be attacked. Staying is a mistake. More than most. A few strangers may stare, but they'll keep their daggers sheathed. I'll be warmly received. Besides, you are looking at Leroican's newest apprentice. Yes, that Leroican. The greatest wizard in Baldur's Gate.
I've heard that name before. A young man, yes? Lives in Ramaz's tower in the upper city.
The very same.
Word in Waterdeep has it he's a bit of a cad. But you say he's an accomplished wizard.
Of course he is. The greatest spellcaster along the Sword Coast. As if I'd settle for a lesser mentor.
In that case, I'd very much appreciate it if you could arrange an introduction, should we reach the city.
If it's powerful acquaintances you're after, you have to look no further than yours truly. Few can match me, in either magic or talent. In years to come, you will boast of this meeting, I can assure you. May we meet again in Baldur's Gate, my friend.
Those goblins will rue the day they chose to tangle with this grove. You and I will do some good here. I can feel it.
Lee and Roland would never admit it, but they'd take an arrow for the other. Also stab each other. Not sure what'll come first. Thanks for cutting in. There might have been more than words if you hadn't.
Doesn't taste half bad. Hello there, sweetness. You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can. Look, it ain't much, but it might make all the difference. The only way we'll make it to Baldur's Gate is to run, and run hard. If a gnoll catches your scent, you'll need every bit of strength. Trust me.
Heroic and reeking of this place. I'll never get the smell.
You've had your... some salt.
Ah, if it isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! There isn't a bit of colour in those cheeks, Petal. Are you harsh, cold, feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore. Oh, nothing as fancy as that. But I come from a long line of women with a dab hand at such things. Aha! You take a sup of that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie. Oh, 'tis just a healing potion, nothing fancy. Here. You just look like you might need a pick-me-up. I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you all right? You're looking awful peaky. Oh, I've seen it all. I once had a fella who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The wife was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil. But worry not. I fixed him up, and depending on the lighting, he looks good as new. My point is, whatever ails you, I promise I've seen worse.
Why, she sounds positively demented. I love it. Let's tell her everything.
What is it, Petal? What's wrong? Don't get your knickers in a twist. I was only asking. Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale. Hey, bother. Take care.
Don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon.
I am not grumpy.
Scowl on your face would frighten a troll.
You're an idiot.
Hello, Petal. Need anything? Hey, bother.
Hobgoblins? Maybe.
Hello, Petal.
As you recount your adventure, Auntie Ethel nods along, her eye.
Sir, are we gonna have to fight?
Best be on my way.
Hobgoblins?
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel. Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
druids. Who uses wooden tools?
Don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon.
I am not grumpy.
The scowl on your face would frighten a troll.
You're an idiot.
What's inside?
Remember, we're exposed now.
Damn this. Damn them. Damn everything.
I miss my forge.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
True.
God, it's boring in here.
Shouldn't be too long now.
Hope the goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blades.
I'm waiting on someone and you aren't him. Do you mind?
Easy money. Yeah, right. Had my fill of this place.
Ah, the fighting foul blood. Glad to know one of you has a spine. As close as you're gonna get from me today, friend. Damn sight better than what Zevlor's got coming, after leaving us to die like that. Oh, very gracious of you. We expected a soft job. Something to test the new lad, maybe, but not a bloody goblin nest. Most would have turned tail at the sight, but not Liam, no. He charged him, the stupid bastard. Nah. He must have thought we were following. Always the optimist was Liam. Hope they cut him down quick before he saw we were gone.
We'll get to the city soon.
I am not grumpy.
The scowl on your face would frighten a troll.
You're an idiot.
If it ain't the fearless goblin slayer, you sure you want to be seen with me? I ain't exactly popular with this lot. Please. A good sword will get you farther than honor any day. What do you want, anyway? I ain't local. I knew the fella in charge, but barely said 2 words to the devil's swarm in his place. What? You lot come from devils, don't you? Oh, feck off.
I know you have.
Out of my face.
Bite your fingers off!
Out of my...
You lot come from devils, don't you? Fair enough. I ain't trying to start shite with you anyway. Been a day. First, I lost half my crew in some godforsaken temple. Now I'm gonna take the blame for leading the goblins here, and losing track of the bloody druid. Alcin. He's a leader around these parts. Or was. We've got a contract to track down some relic, and he wanted in on the job. Eyes lit up when he heard about it. Didn't work out, though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cookpot by now. Job's all yours, if you got a death wish. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it. If I knew that, I wouldn't be back here with half my crew gone. But look, if you're itching to meet Kellenvor, I won't stop you. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us. I'd give you the map and wish you a happy funeral, but my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own Todger. Goblins made short of the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. It'll show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying. Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die.
Let's...
Get back, kid.
I already told you I don't have it! How stupid are you?
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
And a high fence to keep eavesdroppers out. Thanks. I suppose we'll all need it.
What about you? Big plans for when you get to the city?
God, that sounds like heaven.
Won't be long now. One more trip, then we can really rest. What will we do for work when we get to the city?
Die if an emperor can be of this place. You never get the smell of my clothes. Burn them, butcher.
Sure. Blood excites me.
Right.
Give it back, kid.
I already told you I don't have it! How stupid are you?
Ain't leaving town for a good while after this.
Don't be grumpy, Roland.
I need a quick word.
Have you spoken to Korga? Of course, you have your own business to attend to. But if the Druids won't abandon this ritual of theirs, it will be trouble. For all of us.
No, sir.
Have you spoken to Korga? What is it? We're refugees from Elturel. We took shelter here after gnolls and goblins attacked us on the road. We were bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. Elturel had no place for tieflings after the Descent.
The Descent, an infernal conspiracy that had seen the entire city of Elturel briefly dragged to the Hells.
So I hoped, but we've lost so many already. And more will die if we're forced out again. Some artifact Aradin was hunting. I don't know any more than that, and I don't want to. This grove is poorer for losing Halsin, but I have my own people's concerns to look to. There's the first druid Halsin. This is his grove. Was, I should say. He should have returned with the adventurers. Cowards left him behind. Try his apprentice, Nettie. You'll find her in the druid's circle.
Commander!
Just Zevlor, Tilly. We're civilians now, remember?
With respect, sir, being a Hellrider is a life. They can't take...
They can, and did. Avernus changed things. Best we get used to that.
Yes. Zevlor.
Don't touch me. Let's prowl. Leave no trace. Tread lightly into the shadows.
I've got a long road ahead.
Goblins, gnolls. So many ways to die.
Time to press ahead.
Used to think the goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. But after hearing what you did at the gate, well, I still think they'll kill us. But at least we can put up a fight. Well, we came through Avernus. We might not look it, but we're tough. Who knows? Some of us might even make it to Baldur's Gate. There's optimism, and then there's stupid, hun. Plenty of us fell to monsters already. I don't see the rest of us lasting long out there. But if you're so sure we will, why not put a little gold on the line? Excellent. And since I ain't one to leave a debt unpaid, that means we're destined to meet in Baldur's Gate. Looking forward to it.
So many ways to die.
So, you know about these parasites. Will we survive them?
Only if my people extract them. The only other cure is the blade.
Okay. Wonderful.
Not like that.
Was a time I tussled with hill giants without breaking a sweat. Now, a mere werebear could swat me halfway to harm.
Strange things are happening to us. What festers in our minds may well impel our bodies.
Should mind my step.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
He's hurt badly. An owlbear got him deep. If there's anything you can do...
I'm watching you.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He is a true soul. Mind him. He will. He.
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
What? Are you testing us?
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice. Your words are her command. She grants you the power to enforce her will. And when the time comes, the true souls, you, will rule. I'm sorry, true soul. I only repeated what I thought I knew. It seems the Absolute still has a great deal to teach me.
What?
What are you doing? Your sword, brother! Now! Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin. Assume nothing.
We're a long way from Waterdeep.
The pride of the gate.
How delicious.
Indolence breeds madness.
What?
A truce, your word. And when the time comes, the truth. It seems the Absolute still has a great deal to teach me. We know that all too well, sir, but
We're looking for fugitives. Survivors from that ship that crashed farther west. We don't know what they look like, but anyone who survived that crash is bound to be injured. The Absolute wants them found. At any cost. What? And just leave Ed? I suppose he'd want us to go on. Find a way to honor his sacrifice.
may the Absolute guide us.
True soul? Absolute? What did they mean?
Strange power resonates with. Your limbs move of their own accord. There's something of value, something your mind craves. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience. Your muscles loosen. The tadpole breaks free of its deceased host. Your mind is your own again. For now.
Might be useful. Can't slow down. Let's have a look.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Looking for her weapon, the absolute. Crashed from the sky, taken by infidels. Do not fight her. Power, such power. Adored, a true soul, a true son. The absolute, the almighty goddess.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Curious. No wounds
West,
on that wall.
Baldur's Gate.
But doesn't quite look like
East,
it died peacefully
Elturel.
either.
Who cares about some pig? It's dead. Let's go. The pig's dead, my friend. Staring at it won't bring it back. Come on. We'll never fix these brainworms if we stop and gawk at every piece of carrion you find.
The boar seems to be fresh, only a few hours dead. Examining the corpse, you see 2 small puncture wounds in its neck.
And is it dead enough for you? It's been drained of blood with wounds in its neck. It's been killed by a vampire. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to worry you. They are ferocious creatures. But don't worry. I'll keep watch tonight. We won't have to worry about nocturnal visitors. Now please, let's go. Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Something the matter?
What's in here?
Tracks like these puncture the soil across the Sword Coast. Goblins, of course.
Lizelle, how would you punish someone who wronged you?
Wrong me how?
Oh, say, murder? Or theft?
Killing is good. It culls the weak. But theft would be paid for painfully, 1,000 times over.
Good to know.
Ever heard of a vampire?
Doesn't ring a bell. Why? Patriarch of the Tsar family. Nasty fellow, if the histories are accurate.
I imagine they are.
Your sour face is tiring, Shadowheart. By all means leave if I am so distasteful.
I'd rather not turn my back on you, if it's all the same.
Owlbear tracks. Its nest must be... Tell me, Lizelle, when you say we might be purified at your creche, what does that mean exactly?
Augusta will affix the Zaithisk, the Purifier, to our heads. Its magic will quell the parasite in an instant.
Ah, cursed to put my hands on everything.
An empty mind flare vessel. If its occupant survived, then nowhere to be seen.
So, do you have loves waiting for you once this is all over?
You know what? That is not the easiest of questions for me to answer.
You mean just waiting? Like a lovesick puppy? Short-term amusements are much less hassle. You know what I really miss about Baldur's Gate? Food. Freshest fish I've ever had.
I don't care for fish. Red meat. Now, that's a different matter. Rare as can be. Dripping.
Well, unless we find a cure, you won't have any teeth to chew it with soon enough.
A question for our master monster hunter. How would you approach killing a vampire?
To start, lure it into the sun, drive a stake through its heart. Why?
Just curious.
Lae'zel, have you ever done a good deed just for the sake of it?
I have performed deeds well and efficiently. Is this what you mean?
Not exactly. But you answered my question. Lae'zel, you've the most...
The dog lowers his hackles, his head tilted inquisitively. Convinced that you're harmless, he turns his attention back to the corpse. With a deep, heartbroken whine, the dog bows his head. The dog looks at his owner with sad eyes. He does not move. The dog sniffs your hand, his tail swung low in understanding. He knows how to find you. corpse regards you lifelessly.
Gonwick. Runner. Fleetfoot. Courier Company. Letters. Delivery to Baldurs Gate. Pack of gnolls. Claws. Teeth. In bank. Standard issue.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions. The dog remains at the dead.
What's on your mind?
I've never met anyone like you, Lae'zel.
Yes, I've been told I'm quite scintillating.
Have you really?
No.
Lae'zel, do you believe in love at first sight?
I hardly believe in love at all.
Oh.
But I do believe in carnal pleasure.
Oh. Ah, Shadowheart. How blessed I am to be so near.
I heard you with Lae'zel. Don't think I'll play second fiddle to the likes of her. Go try your charms on someone who's out of earshot.
Zaithis you mentioned intrigues me. Care to tell me a bit more?
An intricate device crafted by Millar, our most gifted artisans. I am sworn to say no more.
Have you wondered what people will say when they find out the monster hunter is becoming a monster?
I've faced countless perils and conquered them all. This will be no different.
I've always had a soft spot for the confident ones. They always disappoint, though.
So, you and Lae'zel. Things change.
Please don't remind me. But keep your guard up with her.
Note. Someone there?
All's well that ends... not as bad as it could have. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Tell me, Lae'zel, what is it like on the astral plane? Your home realm intrigues me.
Githyanki lay their eggs on other planes. They cannot mature in the astral. I will only be welcomed once I obtain a Mind Flayer's head.
More for me.
It's been a while since these two breathed their last.
There are clock and druid symbols on their equipment. An interesting pair.
Tell me, Gale, what is your interest in the astral plane?
Time. Or rather, the absence of it. In the astral plane, everything is eternal.
It will be my home soon enough, should Blacketh will it.
I wonder what it opens.
One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you. Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood, the Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the Archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She's a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
Listen to sense now. I don't want this to end badly for either of us. You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlak, but you already knew that. And you are... Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far. I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. It turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going. Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Then we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good? I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off. Whew. I'm getting all het up. Let's make tracks.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly. I can say only this. Karlak's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats.
Gods, what now? Do you have a tax collector on your tail?
You're closer than you'd think. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
A devil and devil hunter standing shoulder to shoulder against a common enemy. Rather poetic, I think.
very well.
I thought we were going to see some real sparks fly between Will and Karlak. It's almost a pity things ended so amicably. Seeing those two duke it out would be fun.
Karlak's got the brawn of a warrior and the wiles of a survivor. Best of all, she speaks her mind plainly and fully. Show her due respect. Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaithisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding. Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant, order turns to chaos, and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
Karlak and Will seem to have put their differences aside. I thought it was going to come to blows for a moment. Fine. What's on your mind? I must admit, you've been a... Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid.
What's hiding here?
I need to stomp are that away. Hey, we're still going after those paladins, right? Can't leave Zariel's bruisers roaming the coast. Good news. Can't wait to see them finished. Yeah? Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail. Depends on the type. Ice devils, hating and demons, on the other hand. Sharp instincts, sharp... Anyway, what were we talking about? Wasn't all that long ago. I never knew the whole of... I should have looked after the Elterans more. The long and short of it, but Avernus is no place for decent folk. I'm glad they got out. So glad. Yeah, let's go straight there. Just to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil playing dress-up as paladins of... Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about... I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? I can picture you getting... Maybe once we've wrapped up...
Together. Aren't you, Dane?
Sure. In silence.